knocked on a door over the summer months on a canvas or held regular clinics will have met a substantial amount of people who had either lost their medical cards in recent weeks or who are likely to. Anecdotally, it was clear that there was a massive change into how medical cards, and in particular discretionary cards, were being allocated. The motion, which I will be glad to support, underlines that fact. From the anecdotes we all have, the cold statistics are here in front of us. A reduction in these cards from 80,524 at the start of 2011 to 63,126 at the end of 2012, and down to 54,984 after the first 7 months of this year. A huge decrease, so many people every month losing these discretionary medical cards. I dislike the word discretionary as it makes it sound like a luxury, like something additional. It is anything but. For many families, it is essential to ensure that they or their loved ones get the treatment they deserve and quite plainly need. To illustrate this point, let me give you an example from my own constituency. Bryn Bailey is a young boy of 6 years of age. After his card expired, he was refused the discretionary medical card, even though their circumstances would have been worse than when it was granted. Only on appeal and after ferocious lobbying by public representatives for 4 months did he even receive the 6-month emergency card, which is a mere stopgap. Indeed, he was in hospital in intensive care when this emergency 6-month card was approved. He is still in hospital 4 weeks later. They will have to go through this process again when they should be left to concentrate on his care. The parents are not looking for cards for themselves. They are only looking for a medical card for Bryn, who received the card initially on discretionary grounds. Young Bryn faces challenges in his young life we can only begin to imagine. He suffers from, among other things, epilepsy, spastic quadric paresis, mitochondrial disorder, global development delay, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, precocious puberty, chronic constipation, hypothermia, microcephaly, and right renal calculi. He has no speech, no means of communication, no use of arms or legs, and is wheelchair dependent. His parents have had to make huge sacrifices in order to support and care for Bryn. He requires 24-hour care 7 days per week, and it is his parents who are his carers. They do absolutely everything, from feeding and bathing to physiotherapy for him. They had to move to a bungalow in 2011 in order to care for Bryn safely, and the rent they receive from their old home does not cover the mortgage on this bungalow. They need to adapt their car so as to be able to lift Bryn in and out, as he now weighs more than 32 kgs. He needs countless medications and equipment, adding up to annual sums of thousands of euro. His card would cover the very frequent visits to the GP, outpatient and inpatient visits, procedures, and his wheelchair, which he will depend upon for the rest of his life. The application to the HSE is accompanied by dozens of letters from doctors, consultants, his school and so on, all with the same message. Please give this young boy a medical card. Bryn is an incredible young man who is battling daily with the many conditions he has, and his parents are the kind of parents who we would all aspire to be, doing all that they can to help him. I defy anyone to tell me that he does not deserve a medical card, that he and his parents do not deserve that assistance, which would require very little effort from the authorities. Bryn is not the only one in this situation. There are countless others like him, families who are truly struggling, who relied on the medical card and now that it has been removed do not know what to do. The government has made a conscious decision to target these cards and set targets, even though they knew that many, indeed the bulk of those who would lose these cards, had received them on the basis of clinical evidence and a clinical need. This is needless bullying on the part of the government of the sick and the vulnerable, and it needs to be brought to a halt now. And people such as Bryn Bailey should not be deprived of their discretionary medical card.